Hey folks, Chris Brannick with the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com here in the studio again with a couple of special guests from the Energy Football Club, Michael Thomas, team captain, and Gareth Evans, vice captain. How are you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So of course a big match with Tulsa, first ever match against Tulsa, and their first ever match of over 8,000 people came to see, and you guys got a 1-1 tie. Michael, you got the goal for Energy. Why don't you tell me about the game and then tell me a little bit about the goal?
Yeah, we're a little bit frustrated with the result. We wanted to come out and really, give the fans, something to be proud of, and we feel like we didn't really come out the way that we had been in preseason. But at the same time, we played fine, but we know we can offer more. But Tulsa was a good team. Good for them. But at the same time, I think we gave them a little bit too much respect. Getting a goal right before halftime was good for us. I thought going into the second half that it would give us a lot more confidence. I think we were in control of the game for the first 20 minutes in the second half, but unfortunately they got a goal and tied it up. So I think it was a fair result overall, to be honest.
So the goal, it's Chuy Sanchez with the corner kick. Set piece is something you guys did pretty good on last year. That's a strength of your game, is getting up there and finding the ball and getting some points on the board. So why don't you tell me about that and how Chuy did? He's a new kid on the team, and how he set up the goal for you.
Yeah, we worked for a good 15-20 minutes the day before in training on set pieces, and Chuy's good at whipping in those balls. And fortunately, I just ended up being at the right spot at the right time. We had good runs going forward. Gaz with a great run to the near post and kind of opened up the space, honestly, for me to get lucky with the timing. And I mean, he put the ball there, and I did my job, and it was good.
So we talked about last week, Oklahoma City versus Tulsa is always kind of a fun rivalry, and there were over 8,000 fans there, and a lot of people from Oklahoma City made the trip. So guys, why don't you just tell us about what the experience was like playing at that stadium and how the fan support was?
It was incredible, especially to have so many green in the crowd. I know it's an hour and a half away, so it's not too bad, but for all the people to make effort, it was really awesome, to be fair. It gave us a big boost, especially behind that goal, second half, all the grid and also the rest of the fans that came. It's kind of a strange atmosphere because you're quite far away from the fans where the field is, but despite that, it was very loud. It was a good atmosphere. It was good to play in. Win would have been better, of course, but it was a good experience.
So, of course, in soccer, 3 points for a win, 1 point for the tie. So tying Tulsa is not the worst thing. It's better than the loss. But how do you, and you want the win, of course, but how do you take away getting just 1 point out of the match? Is there something you can say about that?
I mean, a point on the road is always good. Of course, you always want 3 points, but like I said, I think getting a point was a fair result. And it's better than no points. At the end of the season, that 1 point could be the difference between us making the playoffs or not, or first or second place, whatever it is. So it's always good to get points regardless. But going into Colorado this next week, we're hoping for 3.
So there was a position switch. Some of the fans know about that. Gaz, you played defender last year. MT, you were a midfielder, and so now it's switched around, not so specific, but what was it like for you playing in the midfield for the first time in a real game, so to say?
It was good. I mean, I enjoy it. It's obviously very different. I've been a central defender for 15 or so years, so obviously I was kind of set in my ways, but I think we both bring different strengths to the team in certain aspects and things like that, so I think it was good. I mean, I enjoy it. You're kind of involved in the game a lot more from the midfield point of view because you have to defend and attack, although I do a lot more defending than attacking and stuff like that. But no, it's enjoyable. I mean, I had to work a lot in the off-season on fitness and things like that. That's obviously a bigger requirement in there. But like I said, it's very good. It worked to a decent standard. Pre-season, I think we did very well in Florida with it and things like that. So I think the more we carry on with it and the more we all get familiar with each other, I think you'll start to see it become pretty strong.
Was Tulsa the tough team that they were kind of talked about? They're the Roughnecks as their mascot, and they were supposed to live up to that. So was that game kind of physical, tough for you guys?
I mean, it was no different than any other, really. They were a big team, to be fair, and they played a very direct kind of soccer to the two big guys up front. Which is, it's always going to cause problems whether they're particularly good players or not because they're big and they put themselves about. But I think kind of what MT said, it goes back. We were more disappointed with ourselves than what they brought to the table. No disrespect to them, of course. It was their home opener. They had a lot of motivation going into the game, as did we. But we kind of let ourselves down a little bit, especially with the first half performance. So we take a draw out of it. I think it's one of those where last year maybe we'd have lost that game, but this year I think we're a lot stronger as a unit and as a team. So like I said, we take the point and look forward to Colorado next game.
Okay, so let's talk about Colorado. It's another new team. There are a lot of expansion teams in USL this year. And so not much information on them. They lost 2-0 to Austin last weekend. So what do you know about Colorado? We'll start with you, MT. What can you tell me about how you guys are going to prepare this week for that match?
Yeah, we haven't talked about them too much as a team, but going into the game, we know that it's going to be tough competition, and we know that if we put a performance in like we did against Tulsa, that we probably won't get anything out of it. So again, it's more on us to really get this week right in terms of preparation. It's going to be a tough game, especially with the altitude in Colorado as well. It's something that we need to get used to, and fortunately, we're going a couple days earlier, so that'll help. But I think it's really on us to really get to work this week and give the performances that we had been in preseason and start translating that into regular season games. So,
of course, Michael, you're the captain, guys, vice captain. What do you guys tell your team now that you've got a game under your belt and you're preparing for the next one?
I mean, kind of just what Michael said, really. We're more focused on ourselves than anything else. We know we're a good, strong team when we play to our potential. So just making sure that like Mike said, we have a good week of preparation and focus on ourselves more than anything else, and bring a much better performance next game. Like Michael said, Colorado is going to be a tough game. It's going to be a battle. Every game in this league is a physical battle, which we're well aware of. And if we can bring more of our quality to the table, I think we'll be all right.
All right, so not that we want to overlook Colorado, but after that, you come home, you got a week off, and then you get to open up Taft Stadium. You guys ready to play at Taft and the historic stadium that we have here in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, very excited. I mean, we've heard a lot about it, and seeing it slowly get done and built up has been fun. And we know that there's a lot of history behind it as well, but we're looking to make it our fortress and our home, and it's going from 4,000 fans to hopefully 7,000. 7,500 fans, whatever it is. I think that'll help us as players play even better too. And at the end of the day, it's on us to perform well to keep bringing those fans back. But we're pretty excited for April 18th. But yeah, like you said, we can't overlook Colorado Springs right now.
All right, thanks guys for joining us today. Stay with the Oklahoman and newsok.com as we continue to give you all the soccer coverage ahead of Saturday's match against Colorado Springs. That match, of course, at 2 p.m. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.